Women in China are now more educated, more professionally employed, more financially stable than ever. They're incredibly resourceful, tenacious. They find opportunities and make the most of them, and many of them are living really happy and productive lives, which of course is what we would expect. And yet millions of women in China who are 29 years of age and older are still unmarried. And there's a lot of pressure in Chinese society for women to get married. There's pressure from family. In fact, a lot of women who have been interviewed in China have said that the pressure from family to get married is immense. And if that weren't bad enough, there's pressure from the Chinese government, who occasionally sends out literature and rhetoric and messages to Chinese women as a whole to put away your career goals and settle down and get married and put the motherland and your husband and those kinds of things before your own personal dreams and desires. It's a very, very interesting message that women in China are receiving. You can see the paradox, right? You can see that Chinese women are now thriving on a level that they've not previously been able to achieve. And yet, in the middle of all of this, they're still surrounded by 34 million more Chinese men than Chinese women. Isn't that remarkable, guys? We talk a lot about the population disparity in places like Russia, where the women outnumber the men by 13, 14, 15 million or so, according to some estimates. Here in China, you have 34 million more men than women in China. And yet, a lot of men in China will chronically undermarry, meaning they want to marry women who haven't achieved the kinds of financial status, professional status, and independence that Chinese men have achieved. They want to marry below them or beneath them economically and financially and such. So this is something that's very, very important to Chinese men, and it's driven by some of the chauvinistic messages that are put out by bodies of the Chinese government, which are telling women to be okay with that and to put others before yourselves and get married. Darn it, enough with career goals and independence and that kind of thing. So now what happens is you're going to have more Chinese women than ever looking at the possibility of meeting and marrying a foreign life partner. This is something before that confused a lot of Chinese women because there wasn't a tremendous amount of exposure to the West and meeting men from America, for example, foreign men in general. But now that foreign men have come to China in larger numbers than previously because of industry and opportunities and those kinds of things, because there are more expats living in China, women have gotten some exposure to Western values, and I think a lot of Chinese women are now basically deciding that a foreign guy may actually share my values, the values which say that I can have what I want in the way of career and family and personal achievement and financial stability, etc., for myself personally, and still find a life partner who will support and nurture that. What's also nice about the women from China, a great number of them are obviously in that so-called Shangnu category. They're 29, 30 and older. So a lot of you guys who have told us you're interested in meeting women in their 30s, maybe women in their 40s, you'll find some incredibly beautiful women in that age bracket in China, in Shenzhen and in Chongqing. Keep in mind, guys, that I think we're one of the last companies out there that does romance tours to China. We're one of the last companies that does romance tours anywhere, but we absolutely do celebrate when our men and women meet each other and great things happen as a result of that. We love to hear of those engagements and marriages and families getting started.
Have you considered expanding your horizons?
Check out our website at china-brides.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.